I'm Berks County Commissioner Christian Leinbach, and I'm here at Prospectus Berko with my colleagues, Commissioner Lucine Sahelnick and Commissioner Michael Rivera. We're very pleased to be part of this program, and I just want to share some thoughts. For 45 years, Prospectus Berko understood and understands today the value of people with intellectual disabilities. They've been a critical partner, not just in this community, but with an organization like Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities. When I reached out to Pam Seaman, our director, she made the point that Prospectus Berko is one of the most important and significant partners that she has with the mental health and developmental disabilities arena. As I thought about this, for me, there's a personal connection. When I was a child, and I mean a very young child, my mother was an LPN at Pennhurst, a facility that used to be outside of the Pottstown area. It was known at the time as a mental institution. As a result of her time there, my mother and father became a guardian to a lady by the name of Catherine Whitco, and she lived with us for a number of years. She actually taught me to tie my shoes. And I thank my parents for helping me understand that just because somebody is different doesn't mean that they don't have a value and purpose in life. I watched Catherine Whitco, she was a number of years older than myself, probably 10 or 15, grow up, get married. Eventually, she moved back with my parents probably about 13 years ago, shortly before she passed away. But people with intellectual disabilities, there's nothing wrong, they're just different, and they have value. Through Prospectus Berko and the programs that they have developed, they've provided meaningful work, not just here, but through various employers. And I've watched in recent years as employers like the DoubleTree at Reading have realized, yes, there's value in these amazing people. A personal experience, or another personal experience, just the beginning of this week, my wife had the opportunity to visit Noir Cafe in Harrisburg. This is a cafe that the employees are people with intellectual disabilities. The founders of the cafe have a daughter with Down syndrome, and her name is Nour, N-O-U-R. Check it out. There is a place for people with intellectual disabilities, and they have value. And Prospectus Berko, for 45 years, has been celebrating that value, helping people in our community, and helping connect them to businesses in Berks County. And we thank Prospectus Berko for all that you do.
I first found out about Prospectus Berko 15 years ago when I worked at the Reading Hospital. 15 years ago, I had the absolute pleasure and delight to expect a group of individuals from Prospectus, along with their facility members, to come into the hospital. Once a month, they would come in and they would learn different skill sets of putting charts together, packing baby hats, and doing different service items for the patients, and sometimes the staff, and sometimes even the extension of the families of those people who were patients at the Reading Hospital. Every time an individual came in from Prospectus Berko, it was always somebody who was delightful and happy to be present, to be learning different skills, and feeling the importance and value of being a volunteer for our community, especially in an environment where people needed care. What's most amazing to me now is that 15 years later, I still am out in the community, now as a commissioner, and I see individuals that over 15 years ago were in that room with me, collating, having conversation, learning skills, learning different aspects of working together, working in an environment that's a professional, having responsibilities and being valued for what output they provide as part of our community, not just the disabilities or differences that they hold as an individual. When I'm out in the community, I see these individuals. I see them with their families, and I see them as members of our community. So to me, I see that they're inclusive and part of our community in incredibly valuable ways. Some of them have found jobs. Some of them have taken skill sets that they've learned 15 years ago, collating papers, the processes, even the act of having the responsibility to go somewhere to feel encouraged to report to a certain location at a time and know that any effort that they put in is of incredible value and impact to the people around them. Thank you so much to Prospectus Berco for making sure that all the individuals in our community feel that they are part of our community.
Prospectus Berco has been a long-term provider of services for people with developmental disabilities in Berks County. They're a great partner. They currently serve roughly 200 adults 18 years or over who are enrolled in the Berks County Developmental Disabilities Program. They have been a great partner for many, many years. Throughout COVID, Prospectus Berco helped keep families and staff united by providing services in many various ways. For example, vaccination clinics that were held out in the parking lot, telehealth services, Zoom calls, keeping families and people together. They provide a much valuable and needed service here in the county, and we value what they do. People with developmental disabilities and autism are valuable members of our society, and they need to be recognized as so. And I thank the staff at Prospectus Berco for providing love, care, and opportunities for people with disabilities so that they can live a full and fulfilled life and be an integral part of our society here in Berks County. So staff, volunteers, thank you for all you do for our community here in Berks County.